Hello there everybody, wee Paddy from across the shuck, and another wee video for you this morning. And as I promised on my other one, this video is on a budget knife. Not a cheap knife, a budget knife, and a high value knife. A very capable knife, and I think one that you're going to enjoy if you like the FURA brand. I mean, I've had quite a few of them, as you know, if you follow the channel. I haven't really had many bad ones. I can't really think of a bad one. I can think of some that had maybe the odd fault or two, but for the price I could look straight over them. This one, there isn't a lot of faults in it, to be honest with you. I could maybe nitpick, but you'll see when I show you around the knife, there's not a lot for there to be faults there. It's just so well done. So, and this knife is around £25, so that's about $31, $32. I can't give you a budget off. They've got it down at the price they're going to take it down to, and that's today's price. So again, before you buy it, go and check. Sometimes there is sales, and if you want to take a chance and wait till there's a sale, you can, but this is a good knife. I don't think I would let it go. So I'll take my sponsors away. Thank you very much, sponsors. There we go. And I'll take you to the knife, and here it is here. This is called the FURA Folding Knife with frame lock and anti-slip pattern. They can't give them just simple names. So this is the anti-slip pattern, and it actually does work. This is not necessarily a finger placement. This is, if I can show you now, this is the way to get into the lock bar with the knives. I'll show you now. Watch how this flicks. How lovely is that? So, as I was telling you, this is the position that's cut away so that you can get into the lock bar. You don't have, your thumb just slides across. You don't have to dig it. It just slides across. You close it up. Now, what it is also good for when you grab the knife, you've got your flipper. You got your flipper there, and your finger goes in behind it. I'm thick as jump sometimes. Now, and that gives you a beautiful finger hold. Your finger just slides in there. There's no jimping on top. And to be honest, I mean, I do like jimping on a knife sometimes, but there's no need for this one. You're completely locked in. It's quite a squarish handle, but all the edges are recessed, or not recessed. They're all chamfered. Absolutely chamfered off. There's no hard edges whatsoever. Now, it's not rounded, but they're chamfered. Absolutely lovely. You have a pocket clip there, which is a great pocket clip. Very strong. It's not, well, it is just bent. I think it's titanium, but it's bent over. Very strong. If I can let you hear that. It goes into your pocket. Now, it's not a deep carry. You've probably got about a good half-inch there sticking out the top. It's flow-through construction. You have two pillars at the back there, and your pivot at the front. You've got over travel stop, and you've got a steel insert. And you have the most beautiful, it's like a quaking knife. It's got the most beautiful shape to it, and it's an upswept blade, and it is genuinely upswept just a little bit. But what that does, it adds for its slicing ability. I took this, rather than do a lot of cardboard cutting, which I normally do, I actually took this into the kitchen and cut things like chips, carrots, whatever in the kitchen, and it was absolutely fine. It really was good. I'll show you it cutting before we're finished anyway, but I'll put it down now, and I'm going to give you the measurements of this knife. Let me just get the measurements here in front of me. Okay, the knife is 21 centimeters long, which is 8 1/4 inches. The blade is 9 centimeters, 3.5 centimeters. That's from tip to hilt here, which I'm going to start doing now, because an awful lot of people, sometimes where I come from, you have to have a 3-inch blade. Sometimes I'm a bit cheeky and will go for a 3-inch cutting blade, but that's a risk that nobody else should take. That's up to me. But, so I'll give you the full measurements in future from the hilt to the tip. The weight of this is 125 grams, 4.4 ounces, which is not bad for an 8 1/4 knife that's all titanium and D2 blade steel. The thickness of the blade is 3.3 millimeters, which is 0.13 inches. And across the knife here, it's just under and no more half an inch, 12 millimeters. It's on ball bearings. It's not drop shot, but it's very, very close to being drop shot. If you give, that's so easy to get across. That's probably the best lock bar release that I've ever had. You know, 2 swipes and you get her down. But very smooth coming out. Very smooth indeed coming out. It is only flipper only. There is no tab or anything to flick it out otherwise. But that's not a problem. Not a problem. It feels like a proper work knife in your hand. It feels solid. It feels like you could do work. It really does. Well, that's a real solid lock bar. There's no skimping. They haven't even milled out the inside of it, and yet that knife is still only 4.4. There's no mill now. It's a work knife, you know. That's one solid bit of titanium here. So, what else would I say? Let's give you a couple of comparisons of the knife. Size-wise, let's just see. There's my Para 2, exactly the same size as the Para 2. Exactly. And my Benchmade 940. I'll give you that. And it's about a centimetre smaller than the FURA. And this is the one that's probably most like it. This is a Tucson. And this is just a little bit and no more bigger than it. But it has the very similar. If I show you the blades there, they're not similar. Mine is upswept. This is the FURA we're doing now. This is the Tucson. But they're both pretty similar in size. Pretty similar in size on the blade. But you can see the upswept there. And that swedge, it actually enhances how much. It looks more than what it is. It literally just is a little upswedge. See if I can get something just to let you see how much of an upswedge. Can you see the gap through there? I think you can, can't you? Yeah, let me see if I can shine a light. Oh, here we go. I've got this wee pen here with a light on it. Now, can you see that coming through? So it's not a huge gap, and it stops about there. It stops about there and then comes back all the way to here. So that wasn't very good, but at least I think it showed you just it is an upswept blade, and this wee swedge here enhances the look. It makes it look more than what it actually is. It's not a whole lot. So and what else? Let's have the Ganzo. This is the Ganzo FB760 ball bearing knife, and it is exactly the same size. Exactly. So if you've got the Ganzo or the Para 2, they're both exactly the same size as this. So I'm not going to say any more. It's a great knife, about £25. It's about $32 for an all titanium and D2. You can't go wrong. You know, you can't go wrong at that price. Let's just... Oh. Would you believe this? This paper is damp. It's been in this wee room here, and it is definitely damp, but that's a really sharp blade. It doesn't need touched up. It's more that paper, to be honest with you. There's a bit of cardboard. There we go. Now, would I recommend it? Is this recommended by Paddy? It is, but don't. The one thing that I'm going to say to you, and I genuinely haven't got a fault. You've looked around the knife. I don't know where you would pick a fault. I'm not Nick Shabazz. For 25 quid, I think you're getting much more than what you're paying. This is a high value knife for me. It's not a slice or grind on it. You know, it's just not, but it does slice well. That sounds like a contradiction, but maybe you'll know what I mean. This is a work knife. You could take this out and use it on wood. It would be absolutely great on wood. Hard tasks, there's not a problem. Any task at all. Thick cardboard, it'll blatter its way through it. But it can also do in the kitchen. So maybe a camp knife, you know, a knife to have about your camp. That seems like a good sort of a knife for this. EDC, going to work, yes, but this is sort of people, sheeple, scary because it is a big blade. and it shoots out. So I shall leave you with that. There's the look at that wee knife. I think it's lovely. I recommend it. I recommend it fully. I've no qualms. The action, everything about it is good. For $25 for £33.25. You just can't really go wrong. Yes, you can get other knives. You can get a D2 rat, you know, a R2D2 rat for that price, but this is much bigger and it's better handle material, a longer blade and the same steel. Your choice. I love my rat 2, but this is just a big version, a bigger working version. Rat 1, yep, I love my rat 1 completely. This is just in between the rat 2 and the rat 1. So there's your choice. It is a more posh carry too. It's long, it's elegant, you don't feel it in your pocket too much. My only sort of knockback would be I would have loved the deep carry pocket clip, but you couldn't put one on there unless you re-drill it. So there we go, lovely knife. I recommend it. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm away for a wee cup of tea. Bye.